Hi, I'm Montclair Mayor Sean Spiller, and this is our weekly update for January 23rd, 2021, covering the previous week. Our COVID-19 update is as follows. We have had 91 new cases for the week, of which 11 are considered probable. Of those, we do not know of any hospitalizations, and we have no new reported deaths. Our active cases up through January 16th are 133. For anyone who has had any symptoms or just has a desire to be tested, there are many testing locations throughout Essex County. They are capable of doing 800 tests per day, and we encourage you to sign up through the website, essexcovid.org, essexcovid.org. For the upcoming week, they're as follows. On Tuesday, January 26th, there's testing from 3:30 to 6:30 at the Essex County Hall of Records Complex in the employee parking deck at 50 West Market Street in Newark. On Thursday, January 28th, from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m., the Essex County Department of Public Works, located at 99 West Bradford Avenue in Cedar Grove, is the location. And on Saturday, January 30th, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, at the Essex County South Mountain Recreation Complex at the commuter parking deck at 560 Northfield Avenue in West Orange, residents can also get tested. Testing is free of charge, no insurance is required, and anyone who is 8 years and older is welcome to sign up to be tested. With regard to the vaccines, Essex County also has been moving full speed as quick as possible with the amount of vaccine that is available. As of January 16th, 788 Montclair residents have been vaccinated. The state, and therefore our county, is still in phase 1A of the vaccinations. That includes anyone working in the healthcare settings, our frontline workers, certainly those working with patients who may be infectious or other infectious materials, long-term care facilities. Of course, added to this group has been law enforcement officers, firefighters, any individual over 65 years of age, and anyone 18 to 64 with high-risk medical conditions, and those conditions can be found on the state COVID website. Certainly the county has been doing their best job to promote these sites and to put explanations and information out. You may have received one of these in the mail. It's one of the vaccination pieces that they've put out, one of a few actually, to kind of explain everything, tell you the sites, answer questions. So please take a look for that in the mail, and to get some more information, of course, go to the county website. Just this week, they're actually starting their second, individuals coming in who are getting their second dose of their shot. It just kind of shows you that we're continuing to move in the right direction. Not as quickly as anyone would like, but certainly finally we're seeing increase in moving things in the right direction, which is a good thing. When you do go to the website, you'll need to sign up, look for an open vaccination slot, and then make sure you sign up through the website. There have been about 16,908 individuals vaccinated through the county to date. Anyone with any questions about this, whether it be the virus, the testing, these vaccination sites that I'm talking about here, the vaccine itself, you can call the Essex County call line. Certainly they're getting a lot of calls. Last I heard, they're getting about 25,000 calls a day. But you can certainly give them a call. They are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can call at 973-877-8456, 973-877-8456. For Montclair residents, the location will be the Kmart in West Orange at 235 Prospect Avenue. That's where Montclair residents will go to get vaccinated when you're able to sign up and find a spot there if you're in the phase that's currently moving forward, and then get a vaccine. If you are scheduled and get the first vaccine, you are automatically scheduled for the second vaccine. You don't have to go back to the site and figure that out. It automatically populates a follow-up visit for you at the appropriate time, so you get the second dose of the vaccine. I also wanted to give an update of the COVID-19 task force. In very exciting news, the Small Business Committee of the task force is having their first of a series of informational webinars for small business owners. It's entitled Small Businesses and the Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, Explained: What You Need to Know to Secure the Loan that Your Business Needs. So certainly I would encourage anyone interested in that to sign up. Of course, they're going to go into details about the recently enacted Economic Aid Act, how it extends the original PPP, allows for deductions of PPP expenses, and really makes the process for the loans of up to $150,000 how businesses can have that forgiven. Certainly, hopefully businesses out there know that most of the lenders have just opened up their portals to approve new loans this week. So anyone who wants to know about the very latest that's going on there, to ask questions, just to get basic information, you can sign up for the webinar, which will be Wednesday, January 27th. That's Wednesday coming up, January 27th. It's going to be a busy day for webinars. I'll tell you about that in a second, about a second one. It's from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And there are a number of really special guests. Certainly really thrilled about the fact that we have John Blackstock on, who is the Deputy District Director for the Small Business Administration. So that is a big get, and certainly someone who can answer a lot of questions. Also have Glenn Carroll, who's the Managing Director at PPAC Gladstone Bank, and also Christopher Martin, partner at Sobel Company. And this will be all moderated by one of our own co-chairs of the Mayor's Coronavirus Task Force, David Pasquarel. Him and Shante Palmer are doing a wonderful job, and I know he's going to do a great job there as well. As I noted, it's a pretty busy day for that, because I do also want to note that as we are talking about the vaccine and we're talking about getting that out, we're talking about the work that's going on there, all important. But it's important for us to be having the conversation intentionally about making sure that everyone in the community feels comfortable getting vaccinated, is moving forward to get the vaccine. I've spoken about this before, but due to our long-standing history in this country, we know the reluctance that some have, specifically in the Black and brown communities, to get the vaccine. But this vaccine really was, and a lot of people had to fight to make this happen, found safe for those in the Black and brown community, effective for those in the community, and therefore it's important that we do everything we can to encourage everyone to get the vaccine. But beyond that, it will be an opportunity in the town hall that I have coming up to answer any and all questions around the vaccine, why it's safe, where it's at, what's going on with the current vaccines that are out there. We're hearing some conversations about new strains and different versions and variants and all of those pieces. So we will answer a ton of questions. I am excited that also on Wednesday, January 27th, this one at 10 a.m. So you can jump on this one and then get on the next one depending on your day. But 10 a.m. on the 27th, I will be having a conversation with Dr. Chris Purnell. You may have seen her on cable news talking about the importance of building trust for everyone in the community to get vaccinated. So I'm really excited to have her on. You can sign up for that Zoom webinar, that Zoom event, by going to my Facebook page, Sean M. Spiller, and signing up. You can also sign up for the previous one for the PPP, and information about that also at my website, on the website on Facebook, at Sean M. Spiller. So please, I encourage you to do that. If you have any questions for Dr. Purnell that you would like to send in advance, please send them over now. Certainly we'll try and take a few during the event itself. But it's always nice to see some of the questions, have them ready to go, as opposed to trying to read the chat as you're trying to have a conversation. So if you know a question you really want to try and have it answered, please send it over to questions@seanspiller.com. That's questions@seanspiller.com. So two really great webinars, a town hall on the COVID vaccine and why it's safe, and also PPP conversation from our coronavirus task force. So all good stuff. Also this week, as we honored Dr. King, I just wanted to make sure that we all keep our focus, absolutely yes, on equity and opportunity, but also the ability to engage in public service, which was another one of Dr. King's messages. It's one of the best ways to make sure we keep his legacy alive and to help us move forward on this journey, to stay active, to stay involved, to find things to help move us along that growth path. So I thank everybody for participating in a lot of the remembrances, scholarship breakfasts, conversations about Dr. King, his work, his impact, his legacy, but also the commitment to keeping that vision, that goal, that movement alive, and that is part of service. So I encourage you to keep doing that, even though the day itself has passed. Also this week, I gave the State of the Township address. You can find it on TV 34, on our Township YouTube site, and also on Facebook, on my Sean M. Spiller Facebook page. It was a chance to focus on a lot of things that are happening here in our township, the challenges that we faced throughout this pandemic, the successes we've achieved by coming together, and the many ways that we also have been a model for action around issues that protect and support our residents. Some of those include, you're going to have to tune in to see what I said there. But again, go to my Facebook page, Sean M. Spiller, and you can see the whole thing there, or tune into TV 34 or the YouTube page, and you'll find the state of the township address. And it just spends about 12 minutes or so going through a lot of information if you're interested there. So hope you have a chance to do that as well. For those in our community facing food insecurity, I just want to note that there are a number of ways to help get food that you may need. There's a food distribution event on Thursday, January 28th at 9 a.m. in Orange Park. That's 1253 Clinton Avenue in Irvington. They will be distributing boxes there. You'll show up, window up, open the trunk, and they'll place a box of food in your car. It's a rain or shine event. Individuals can arrive up to an hour in advance. The county is going to try and have distribution events like this on a weekly basis. So certainly, I'll provide that information. We'll put it out there so you can take advantage of that if so needed. Also, certainly right here in town, we've got Tony's Kitchen. If another great resource for those in need. Families are able to go to Tony's Kitchen on Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays from 11:30 to noon. On Sunday from 5 to 5:30, and you can pick up a grocery bag filled with fresh produce, nutritious food that can, really help. If you've got something but you want to stretch that budget, that's an opportunity to do so. They also have a program, I know many people have volunteered with this too, to get out and deliver food to homes and to get that out as well. So please, if you need that help, go to Tony's Kitchen on those days and times that I noted. That's it. It's at 73 South Fullerton Street, right here in Montclair, 73 South Fullerton Street, right here in Montclair. And when you're there, you can also talk to anyone there about the home delivery program. And I'd also say to maybe some others who don't need that assistance right now, maybe you can help Tony's Kitchen, whether that's volunteering your time or donating dollars to help support this effort. I know that's always appreciated. I want to take just a moment to talk about some of the happenings with the Montclair Center Bid. Doing excellent work over there, Jason Gleason and his team. Really it's been exciting to see some of the things happening. He has been able to execute a small business micro grant program for about 130 of our district businesses here in Montclair for a total of about $512,000 over the past 5 weeks. So that's great. We all know that dollars are tight during this time, so we've been able to coordinate really well, I think, with the bid to maximize the dollars we're putting in and supporting our community and our businesses with. And again, the dollars and the grants he's able to bring forward, the bid is able to bring forward, maximizing that by coordination and with our other entities as well, other nonprofits, other supports. So it's really been a partnership, and I think that's really helped. And with that, and probably not a surprise in no small part because of that, we've been able to welcome 5 new businesses to the downtown center just in the month of January alone so far. So that's excellent news. Certainly, we want to support every business that's already here, and also we are always excited to have new businesses come and go there, go for a ribbon cutting and support the great work and great business that they're bringing into town. We did also receive a placemaking award from Downtown New Jersey Conference for Pop Goes the Plaza. I did have an opportunity to be a panelist for Downtown New Jersey Conference. It was wonderful with a bunch of mayors talking about wonderful downtowns, what keeps them vibrant, how we've been moving through the pandemic and move forward together. So that was a great opportunity to really showcase what makes Montclair so special. So that was exciting. And an example like this, receiving an award from them, it's not surprising given our downtown and what we've got here that's so special. We also got honorable mention for our fresh air exhibitions, project I was able to cut the ribbon on, and how wonderful that is, but we did get honorable mention for that as well. And with that, I just want to say again, if you at home as you're watching this or on your mobile device, wherever you're watching this, if you have any questions, please feel free to send them to me. Happy to answer them, give you an answer directly, or if it's something I hear a number of people asking the same question, certainly address it on these updates that I do. So please shoot me a question anytime, questions@SeanSpiller.com. That's questions@SeanSpiller.com, and I'd be happy to answer them. So until next week, stay safe, stay well, stay masked, and I'll talk to you then. Thanks a lot.